YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode we're going to be doing a full test and review of the Q2 Baton by SOG. So stick with me. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, today we're going to be doing a full test and review of the Q2 Baton by SOG. Now, a long time ago, I presented my regular viewers and whoever follows me on social media about what multi-tools would they like to see for 2017. Well, this was back in February, and everyone said, the Batons by SOG, go with it. I'm like, and I go look them up and try to buy them, and I realize they're not going to be released for like another 5 or 6 months, and I'm like, oh crap. Here recently, the Q1 and the Q2 have recently been released, and this is the Q2 like I mentioned earlier, and this thing is pretty dang hot. This is basically the knife multi-tool, and this thing's pretty sweet. You can actually one-handed operation open this bad boy, but it is pretty darn nifty. I wasn't too sure how I was gonna like it, but as soon as I got it in hand and started playing with it and using it, for a $49 multi-tool, it definitely won me over. This is a 2.5-inch blade. It's got a nice tip for pointing, and a lot of people would see this as only or strictly a light-duty blade, and I would tend to agree with you 100%. But because this is the first time this has ever really been tested on any channel ever, and this is basically, from what I can tell at the time of filming, still a first look of actual real use, I wanted to push it and see how far I could take it. So I pretty much did that. I took it well beyond what it should be able to do. It has no give in it whatsoever. I do think there is a tang that actually runs down to a portion of the body of the aluminum frame. And yes, this is made of aluminum. I love it because it's no thicker than an average everyday pen. And to kind of give you reference, they're very similar in size. Whether you're a lady and you want a multi-tool to fit in your purse, you're a dude who wants to just have something simple and elegant to slip in your pocket, you need to put this in your pack because it's going to be in your EDC bag, you'll pretty much be good to go. Now, for anybody who's never heard of the Baton series, I'll go ahead and break the Q2 down. I am interested in the Q3 and the Q4 when they become when they are first released, and right now this is still brand new. It's got a nice pocket clip, so it'll fit in your pocket really well. It's a small spot for a lanyard, but it's definitely not big enough for paracord or anything substantial. It'll definitely be kind of, it's almost a little gimmicky to me, but you could do maybe the inner threads of paracord or a small, maybe some Technora thread, because Technora is extremely thin but very strong. Like I said, there's this little clip right here too. That's what will help you fold this baton through the gear system in half so you can access your knife, and then that will give you more of a full-handed grip. And it actually helps. Being able to get a full hand grip makes it a lot more comfortable in the hand when you're using it. And throughout all the testing, and you can see we've done some serious testing with it, it's still sharp. The other functions on this are the flashlight. Now, this is a 70 lumen flashlight, and it's activated just by twisting the head all the way over to the left, and it is pretty bright. It's the only mode it's got, which I don't expect it to have a lot of modes. But if you need a illumination source that is really important, that is really good, 70 lumens is a good thing to have for short distances, looking for things inside of a vehicle, your house, anything like that, checking the power if the power goes out, anything like that. What I do like about it is it takes a standard AAA battery, which is going to be really nice. So a very common battery is going to work really well for you. And this other function right here, it has the bottle opener and the flathead screwdriver. Now, those are the 4 tools that come with it, and I was like, okay, that is pretty nifty. that's not, I like how they did it in a nice stream pen style design. I was like, all right, I'm digging it. I dig it. But how far can we push this tool? How good does the knife work? Flashlight to flashlight, I kind of just left it alone on that point. But then I wanted to see if this was an emergency tool and I needed to do things. So there is a dog harness that we have here at the house, and it's really thick nylon. And I was like, well, let's say there was like a child or my puppy, or there, you know, was in a dire situation, I needed to cut it free. Could I cut it a really thick, durable nylon and other different materials with it? So we took it through an entire gauntlet of testing, ranging from paracord all the way to really sturdy PVC tubing. And we also actually rip this thing out and do something I would never recommend anyone do with a folding style multi-tool knife ever. It is, we actually, because it's called the SOG Baton, we decided, screw it, let's baton with it. And that's nothing I would recommend. However, I did it as kind of like a what if, and the what if paid off in this one particular instance. We were able to baton not once, not twice, but 3 times into some dry mesquite wood, and it did phenomenal. I was so happy for this thing. So since I pushed it that far, I was like, okay, now where, without using the blade, because I don't want to damage the blade because that's a precious commodity in an emergency situation, how could I start a fire? So I start rubbing on different parts of the frame, and I'm like, that's kind of sharp, but that's not sharp enough. And I'm like, where can I freaking find a sharp point so I can try to light a fire with it? See if you could use this in a survival situation. And I was like, all right, what could I do? So I'm goofing off with the thing, and right in here, this little nook right there is sharp as crap. And I was like, cha-ching! So I took it, and we decided to process some shavings with it and get some fat wood going. And I had to, I'm not gonna lie, it did take me about 15 to 20 minutes to get the fire started. I was getting a little frustrated and disheartened. And we started out using, and this is me being honest and with full disclosure, I tried it with this small ferro rod, and this one comes from FireSteel.com. Didn't work very well. I noticed, because this had good articulation, but this was a small striking point, I needed to really grip it down here so I could just get some good thrust on it, right? So I ended up having to use this bad boy, and a lot of people have made fun of me for having an 8-inch ferro rod. However, what this allows you to do, and this one comes from 4 Directions Bushcraft, and I'll definitely put a link in the video description, but it allows me to get a full hand grip, get a lot of leverage, wrench down on that thing, and really get a fire started and strike a whole bunch of sparks. And I noticed, because I was starting to get a little desperate in a non-emergency situation, going, dang, can I even get this fire started? And boom! Lo and behold, it worked as soon as I got the right tools in my hand. Now, all in all, I love the Q2 SOG multi-tool baton. I love this thing. The flashlight works really well. The knife performs as expected. I love the pen style. It's very ergonomic, very slim, sleek design. It'll pretty much find a home anywhere, in anyone's pocket pack, anything like that. And all the tools work as intended. Nothing feels like loose or flimsy, even after all the usage footage. The knife is still nice and sharp. There is no wiggle in this thing whatsoever. It doesn't have any play, because I honestly think there is a tang that runs down through the system, which gives it a slightly stronger profile than you would find in a normal folding knife, which is kind of nice. And then the flashlight is just a nice added bonus in my opinion. I think they executed this extremely well. If you want to learn more about the SOG Q2 outside of my review, I'm definitely going to be putting some links in the video description to Amazon, so you can go check out the Q1 and the Q2. And yes, those links do support our channel heavily, and I appreciate anybody who actually shops on those links, because it helps put food on our table. If you're excited about how we did the testing for the Q2 Baton by SOG, we'll definitely go ahead and throw this video a big thumbs up and share this out with your friends and family and your social media networks, so we can keep growing, thriving, and bringing awesome content to you guys. But that just about does it for now. I hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.